All right, we're back out at the prison gym doing squats and other leg things. So I made some adjustments. I got the microphone, got a little weird the first time I used it because I didn't know where to put it. So you could pretty much hear my voice very clearly when I talk, which was nice. But then you could like hear me breathing really hard while I'm bench pressing. And that felt weird. So I put it on my pen. See how that works. So subscribe, please. Like, comment, maybe share. Because I think that's how other people find out about a channel is if you share it. I don't know. So I've got my 325 going on right here. And let's get back to sort of the theme lately and hit it from a whole nother angle. Dealing with stuff. Doing things that are normal, comfortable in life. My daughter's still in the hospital right now. So that means everything else is a little chaotic. So I figured let's take that approach into the gym a little bit. Normally I squat, I'm still doing that. Romanian deadlifts, not doing that with the bar. We're going to do the dumbbell variation. Another squat variation we'll do after that will be what's called a Zercher squat. And no, I can't spell that. Don't ask. So I'll show you how to do it when we get there. But that's kind of where we're at. So as usual, I've warmed up, worked up to my working weight, done my first 2 sets. First one felt really good. Second one, it's kind of laziness, kind of just gave up on the form maybe in the middle and had to refocus myself. But then we'll get into this whole idea of dealing with stuff like I've been talking about the last few times. There's, just more thoughts as you learn, as you grow, that it comes to you. So hopefully this will help you because I know it helps me. So let's bang out this last set and see how it goes. Yeah, that felt pretty heavy, I'm not gonna lie. But it's kind of keeping on pace, going back to like the 5 rep sets. And so what I'm gonna do, save time of course, because I'm really big on showing you ways to do that. Doing the dumbbells, partly because, just to be different, to kind of do that. How do you handle chaos? So, well, let's be chaotic. Let's throw a curveball. But what's the plus to this? Well, for 2 things, since I kind of use the same bar for all my squatting and deadlifting stuff, I'm not going to Romanian deadlift this much weight. Plus, I got to get it down from up there. Well, now I can do this. Saves time. Do a set. Take a few plates off. Do a set. Take a few plates off. The other benefit is, it's different. There's some advantages maybe if you're wanting to really, really isolate the hamstrings. Because when you have a bar, the bar is going to be in front of you. You can't pull it past, front. So with the dumbbells, they'll be a little more to your side. So as you lean over, keep them, gravity, but keep them closer to you. So you can stay back on those heels, maybe isolate the hamstring a little more once you get the technique right. Maybe the glutes a little more and then the back a little less. So there's nothing wrong with changing a few things up. This isolation work, as I call it, it's always great to hit it from different angles, different ways, different number of sets, different rep ranges, different weights. Trying to stimulate growth, endurance, all that good stuff. So I don't even really know. I need to bring a scale and weigh some of these old school dumbbells because I really don't know what they weigh, especially because I don't know what the handle weighs. So I know with all these 10s that adds up to 60, and the little 2.5s like 65. Then the handle, I don't know what the handle weighs. So these are somewhere between 65 and 70 pounds. I don't know. They're heavy, okay? That's really all that matters. So we're going to do a set, strip the bar, get ready for exertion squats. And then I'll talk, a little bit about 1 Peter chapter 1. 6 and 7 is another Bible verse that really kind of inspires me right now to, grow my faith through the trial. So we'll talk about that too a little bit. So yeah, that definitely hit different. Okay, so, a lot of people, of course, life gets turned upside down, adversity, whatever happens. And the first thought is, this is bad, I don't like it, I don't want it, how do I get out of it? And basically, anything in life, whatever your mind is focused on, is what you're going to look for. I think it's a psychological name for that. I just don't know it. So, pretty much, in the Bible, it's teaching you the opposite of what's natural, which makes sense. Because almost everything God has for you is the opposite of what the world has for you. And because we live in the world, we're going to have the tendency to fall in line with their thinking, their method. Just by default, we're born in the flesh. We're born in sin. So when the Bible says to basically rejoice when bad things happen, I think, well, that's the opposite of what I've been learning all my whole life. How do I reprogram my brain, and why should I reprogram my brain to look at it that way? Well, because we're trying to build something that's more valuable than what we have here on earth, particularly your faith. See, faith endures and lasts forever. And that's what Peter's getting at when he says to rejoice in just whatever weird, crazy circumstances life throws at you. Because it's going to make your faith stronger, and because your faith lasts, and what the world offers doesn't, he uses the word gold. Which is funny, because gold is still pretty valuable, right? So gold is still pretty high standard that we're into. We're into gold. We like gold. Money. I mean, it's like the tool we use to get everything else we need. It's like the money, the middleman. But Peter's like, no, faith is more valuable than that, because gold won't stand fire. I mean, it'll melt and purify it, but beyond that, when this world is destroyed, even the gold won't survive. Your faith will. So do you want to have a strong faith that'll last forever? A strong amount of gold that won't last forever. That's what he's asking you. Because faith endures to the afterlife. Gold won't. And trials and hardship is what proves your faith. It's what validates your faith. It's what grows your faith. So I think I said that before. You know, like a faith that hasn't been tested is a faith that can't be trusted. Because you don't know what it's worth. So what we're going through right now is just a chance to show what our faith is worth, what it's made out of. So let's do another set. Think about that. Yeah, that's pretty heavy, so I should probably write that down. This will be weird. I'm sure the microphone just loves being bopped all over the place. It's like half microphone, half pen. But yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Because, you know, we always think, oh, in a couple of days, oh, she can come home. Or, you know, it's one more thing. And it's like, oh, no. You know, this is still not quite right. This is still a little off. It ends up being another day, another few days. And so, you know, but the mindset, the attitude is the same. We're where we need to be. We're doing what we need to do. So if it takes an hour, a day, a week, that's fine. Because I know what God can do. I know He could have done everything from let it never happen in the first place to walk in on a test and we found something, walk in on the next test, never mind, we can't find anything. So it's just all a matter of trusting His plan and His purpose behind it. You know, for example, and this is like deep inside, behind the curtain kind of information. You know, my daughter's pretty young, and she's like, you know, why is this happening to me? Kids ask that question a lot because they don't know, but the older they get, the more they do know. And, you know, I told her, look, this could give you a platform that I don't even have. Because I talk to a lot of people and do a lot of things, but, you know, I've never had cancer. I've never been in the hospital for anything other than to visit other people who are in the hospital. So, you know, I told her, look, you can minister to people I can't minister to, or at least in a way that I can't. You can communicate and relate to people in a way that I can't. So if nothing else, when you beat this, not if, when you beat this, you will be able to do something and have a platform, that I won't have exactly. And that could be the reason. I don't know. But it's just a reason. So for her to think and sort of setting a vision for her, setting a goal for her to look at, instead of being, kind of like, well, it's me. Now it's like, this is exciting. This is great. This is a way for me to help other people, as opposed to only the fact that it sucks now, because it does. I'm not denying that. But what you can use it for down the road, it'll actually amount to something and have some meaning behind it. So let's get this rolled up and do another set here. So that was your deep thought of the day. If part of getting through trials sometimes is getting your mind off yourself, as hard as that is, and thinking about other people. How is this going to let me help other people? How is this going to open doors for me to minister to other people? And it doesn't have to be a lot of other people. Regularly, I don't talk to more than a handful of people in any given setting. I mean, probably the most people I've ever talked to at one time, and it's very rarely that this happens, there's only probably 300-400 people. So I'm not coming at you like some, I don't know, whatever, TV preacher or something. I'm just a regular guy taking advantage of doors that God's opened for me. So, that's kind of what it is. It doesn't have to be this big, crazy, multiple cameras show of whatever. It can just be you ministering to that person in front of you because they're going through what you went through. It could be that simple, really that simple. So I'm going to teach you the Zercher squat. Again, not a variation I do a lot, so I'm just giving you the basics. Of course, you're going to set from the foundation up like we talk about, getting the feet in the right place, getting wide toes, pushing through the heels just like you would on any squat. What's cool about this one is, if you got maybe a bad back or something, really don't do a lot of weight on this one because it's harder to squat this way than a regular way. So it's a way to get good work on your legs without as much weight. Also, because you're going to literally put the bar in the crease of your elbow, like in not your armpit, your elbow pit, whatever this is called, like right here. So, and you're just going to hold it right there. Your hands are just out here doing whatever because the bar is literally sitting here in the crook of your elbows. And you squat, and because that weight is wanting to pull you forward, you're leaning back, which is keeping your back really vertical. And so that's nice, and because you're doing a lot less weight, it'll help your core, balance, stability muscles, and still hit your legs pretty good. So I'm going to lower it down a bit so I can get my arms up under it like I'm supposed to, and we'll go from there with it. This is just literally one plate, 135. So if you got to do less than that, do less than that. It's not embarrassing. It's just you doing what you can do. That's really all it is. Yeah, see what I mean? It's different. It's a lot different than probably what you're used to, but it's just something different. It's curveball. How do you handle curveballs in life? Can you adapt? Or are you just going to let something simple crush you? Think of it this way. That weight is so light compared to what I squat normally. But if I just looked at the fact that that's different and it's unusual and I don't do it very often, I could have let that beat me, But in reality, it's so much less than what I normally deal with. But because it's just different, am I going to let it beat me? Am I going to let something that small beat me compared to what I normally deal with just because I'm not used to it? So think about it like that sometimes. Life isn't what you think it is all the time. You're walking by sight, man. Got to walk by faith. So let's see, that was 5 reps of that. Just kind of getting used to it again. So I might try to do 7 this time. We'll see. Because, look, I'm competitive. I think about the way I lift and what I lift, and I look at that and I think, man, I should have hit that a little harder, right? But that's just my nature, I guess, as a competitive person. So we'll do a couple more of those and then just probably stop the video about the time I'm done with that, because then it's just doing the same old boring leg stuff that you normally do. So let's see if I can't get 7 this time. That's the goal. Okay, another problem I'm running into is I forgot the bar's not up here, it's down here. So I'm like hitting all this stuff, which, again, stuff's different. Doesn't come at you the normal way. How are you going to respond? I did the 7. It wasn't the way I wanted to do it. So what? That was kind of in the way. It's life. Maybe I'll back it all the way out to here or something next time. We'll see. So, put that in the books. But yeah, that's a good, we'll just end with that. Like, I'll do another one of those, big deal. You know what it looks like now, right? Go home and do them yourself. They're fun. Again, if you don't have a rack, you can literally just scoop it up off the floor if you had to. There's a lot of ways to do these exercises than just the same old ways you've always seen them done. So don't feel like because you don't have this or don't have that, you can't do something. Man, just build something out of 2x4s if you have to. I don't know. It's been done before. So, like I always say, have a good day if you want to. And we'll just end it right there. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever else. Bye.